Party people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are memory planning. I am working on week 8 of my memory planning for 2020, and I am using some supplies from In a Creative Bubble today. Geraldine has a digital shop where she has stamps, cards, and embellishments that you can purchase to use on your pages. And with me working in a memory planner, digital is 100% the way to go for me because I'm constantly resizing things to fit in the planner pages. So I'm using some stuff from Geraldine's In a Creative Bubble shop, and I'm using a few stamps from Feature Craft. The first stamp set that I'm using is the Apollo Outline Alpha, and it is the complement to last month's release, where last month's release was the filled in alpha. You guys will have seen me use that. Well, this is the outline. So you can stamp with the filled in alpha and then do the outline over top, or do it in reverse, or just use the outline, which is what I'm doing today. So I didn't know if I wanted to stamp with color, just because my cards and my photos had a variety of colors. So I just chose to stamp my days of the week in black ink. And you'll notice that this week I didn't put numbers, which doesn't really bother me. I knew that it was week 8. I thought about adding like a date stamping to the bottom of the page, but once I realized that I didn't have numbers, I had no idea where I would have put it. So I just chose to go without it this time and just stick to the date. So I went ahead and arranged all my photos and my cards like I normally do. This week I'm actually using some 3x8 cards, which are a bit of a different size for me, but you can resize anything to fit in this template. So all I did was take 2 of the boxes, put them together, make them one layer, and then resize a 3x8 to fit. And now I'm just doing some stamping on my photos using archival ink. I am stamping on my Stamper Secret Weapon, which you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about, but I really do like the Stamper Secret Weapon. I think it is a great tool to help you get like crisp images on your stamps, on your stamping every time. And I like to use archival ink when stamping on photos. That's not, something new. If you guys have been watching me scrapbook for a while, you would have seen me use this. And I'm using the stamp set that just came out with Feature Craft and In a Creative Bubble. I'll tell you exactly what it is called. It is called Happy Little Moments. Elise is working on restocking the kit, so if you missed the kit, she's working on restocking it. And as I'm doing this voiceover, I'm not sure if you can purchase the stamp separately. Sometimes you can purchase the stamp separately, but you guys, if you want any of the, I'm just going to be upfront with you, if you want any of the Feature Craft releases, your best bet is to get them, if you can, your best bet is to get them right away. Elise's releases these last few times have just sold out like super fast. So if you can, I mean, I know it's an expense and it's an investment, but if you can and it's something that you're interested in, I would highly recommend you get it while you can, because she doesn't always do a restock because it's a smaller shop. So yeah. On the bright side, her releases are always on the 15th of every month, and then there are plenty of sneak peeks. So if it's something that you're interested in, you can decide well in advance. I'm not actually using the kit that the stamp comes with on this particular layout. I'll probably be using it in a few weeks. But the stamp set's great because it just has things like currently. And you can use it. It's one of those universal stamps that's not super thematic. So I've had people ask me where I recommend starting if you're new to stamping and you don't know where to start. And I highly recommend you get stamp sets that aren't thematic, so that you can use them all the time. So like the sentiments on this stamp say, wonderful, love this, currently, unforgettable, memories, good stuff, what a day, week, month, totally worth it. It's just stamp stuff that you can use on any layout. It's not like for basketball games or football games where you can use it like maybe once or twice and you won't get any use out of it. So I highly recommend, if you're new to stamping and you don't know where to start with a generic set that you can use over and over, like this one, or any sort of stamp set that's not super themed. So back to the page, I went ahead and just pulled out my washi stash and put some washi strips on the bottom of my page, just because I wasn't working with a kit this week, and I wanted to add some more color. So the cards that I used had a lot of color, so I grabbed this floral washi. I think it's from Dear Lizzie, and then I grabbed a black and white pinstripe to contrast with the flowers, and I layered those two on the bottom of my page. And I have that thing that where I do it one place, I have to do it again. So I just use like little bits of washi to stick to like look like like it was sticking down a card. Like, it's really not sticking down anything, but I just wanted it to look like it was holding down cards just so I could use the washi again in my layout and it's not just hanging out on the bottom of my spread and nowhere else. So I pulled out some wood veneer from Colorcast Designs. So I grabbed 2 circles. The banner says February. You guys know I love the month. I'm stuttering. I love the month wood veneer from Colorcast Designs. So I use the one that says February, and then the 2 circles that I use, one says Not What I Expected, because it's Minerva playing hide and seek with me, which is the new thing she does. She crawls under the blanket and then meows at me until I lift up the blanket and I look at her, and now we play hide and seek. So that's what that one, and the other one that I used says Embracing Imperfection, and it's at a picture. Guess what? I have gray hair now. I'm 29 whole years old, and I found a gray hair. So I put the wood banner that says Embracing Imperfection next to a picture of me highlighting my gray hair and being very disgruntled about it. So funny story, when I found the gray hair, I actually thought it was a cat hair because I have white cats. And so I went to pull it out, and it took me like a solid 2 minutes to realize that it was actually growing out of my head, and it's not like cat hair. And then I had like a mini meltdown over my gray hair. So it's nothing big, but it was definitely worth documenting because it's my first gray hair. So now I'm working on my sidebar, and I do this every week. I always forget to print something to work in the sidebar. On the bright side, I have a never-ending supply of 4x6 cards that almost always work. So I'm doing what I do almost every week, which is trimming down a 4x6 card to 2 inches wide and putting that in the sidebar. So since there were so many colors in the spread, I chose to go with a black one. This is from an Ali Edwards kit. I don't know which one because all of my cards that are not in kits are just in a pile. And it just said Seriously Good, which I thought went perfectly with the sentiments in the week. And now that I'm looking at my spread, I kind of wish that I did not have all my 3x8s going across the top. Like, I kind of wish I had put one closer to the bottom, but hindsight, you know, they say about it being 2020. So I think the spread looks balanced, but if I could have gone back and done it over, I would have put one of the 3x8s in the bottom half of the spread so that all 3 of them are not going across the top. And that's just me being nitpicky. I can nitpick my own work. So that's just all that is. So now I'm working on my sidebar because I have to put something on top. So I stamped out Currently and Wonderful on some scrap white cardstock, and I trimmed it down with my paper trimmer so I have 2 little banners, and then I layered some washi in the top left corner, the same 2 washi strips that I use on the bottom. I find that this helps a spread look more cohesive when you repeat elements. So if you're putting something in one place, it helps to, so you guys have to look at my head for a little bit, but if you're putting something in one place, I find that it helps the spread to be tied together if you repeat the same element. So you guys see I like to do things in groups of 3. So I put 3 random strips of washi across my page to match the big strip I had across the bottom. And now I'm just sticking down my banners that say Currently Wonderful, and I'm going to add a week 8 wood veneer from Colorcast Designs. Jessica has promised that she's going to do the entire year. So if you're planning on using this for Project Life, there are circles and they say weeks 1 through 52. So far you can purchase up to week 12, I think you can purchase up to week 12. I am behind, so this is week 8, and we are in week 12 right now. So I am okay with, I'm okay with where I am. But she offers every month the next 4 weeks, so you can stay on top of things. And then I just use that like 3 triangle stamp from the stamp set. I like little like icons like that. So I end up doing a rectangle of them, just following the direction. So first I stick down my 8 wood veneer circle, and then I go ahead and add 2 more of those triangles. So now I have 4 of those triangles across the page, and it's just a little bit of an accent. And then I add some cardstock circles. These aren't enamel dots. These are flat cardstock circles from Studio Calico. If I can find them, I will link them in the description, and that completes the layout. So I'm going to stop talking really soon because I had a few people ask me if they could see the inside of my memory planner, so I filmed a really quick flip through of the 8 pages that I have in this book so far. So thank you for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this process. Again, You'll see the final layout in the album in the end of this video, so you get to see how everything looks put together and what the album looks as I flip through it. But I really like how this spread came out. I liked using the digital elements, and I really recommend you head over to Inner Creative Bubble and give her cards a shot. So I'm gonna stop talking now. And we're gonna switch back to the top down. All right, party peeps, so I hope there's not a ton of glare. I've had a few people ask to see what my memory planner pages look like in the album. So again, hope there's not a ton of glare because my lights are pointing right at me. But here's where I store them. I don't want to move the album too much because I just got it in frame. This is a post-bound album that I got at Michael's on clearance. It was like $4. It is an 8.5 by 11 post-bound album, and this is what I store my memory planner pages in. So when I first started this project, I was actually planning on doing it in a happy planner. So you see the first page actually has the happy planner. It's a happy planner page. And then I realized that I didn't want to keep it in a disc-bound system. So by week 2, I had already moved to using the template. So that was week 1. Here is week 2. Here is week 3. And I think there's process videos for everything in this planner except week 6 because my computer ate it. Sorry. So yeah, here's week 3. So here's how it flips. Here's week 4. I think this one's my favorite so far. I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite when you're only 8 weeks in, but here's week 4. Here's week 5. Here is week 6. So this is the week where the footage went missing because my computer ate it. I had used Tracy Reed's Thank You Bless collection. I did some ink blending, and this week I did like a few cool things, and then I went to edit the footage and my computer was like, no, you don't get it. So it's missing. But here is week 6. Here is the last week I did, so this is week 7. And then here is week 8. So that is how the pages flip. That's how I store it. That's how it looks in my album. So I hope this was helpful because I know a few of you have asked what it looks like when I'm finished, where I put it, where I store it. They go in this album. Now I try to keep these pages relatively flat. I do use some wood veneer. So here is what the first 8 weeks look like. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get all 26 weeks, so half a year in one album, and then I did buy 2. So if I could get half a year in this album, I have another album for the other half of the year. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Let me know what you think about the page I made, and I hope you enjoyed that quick mini flip through that I did. Until next time, keep it crafty and have the best day, and I will see you around. Bye!